cop fatally shot a man standing in his own driveway. Let me give you some background to this story. A grandfather who was simply protecting his home during a suspected break-in was fatally shot in his own driveway by the police. I got some of the footage. Here it is.
Put the gun down! Put the gun down now! I will light your ass up! Put it down!
The man who had the gun was protecting his own home because he thought it was being burglarized. Let's put up a picture of Mr. Calhoun. Mr. Calhoun was almost 70 years of age. Was shot by Clayton police near his home in Jonesboro just before 6 a.m. on March 23rd. This is in the state of Georgia. There's a reason why Mr. Calhoun had a gun. I'm going to get into that in just a moment. The incident began when Clayton police received multiple 911 calls about a man with a gun moving suspiciously around homes on Jenny Circle just before 5:30 a.m. The department said in the release. Around the same time police arrived, a 911 caller reported hearing a shot fired in the neighborhood. At that point, Clayton police said the officers followed department procedure and took out their own rifles. They first saw him moving through yards and the street at 5:33 a.m. Then saw him lying in the grass with a long gun at 5:38 a.m. according to the release. Officers then saw the man move behind the white truck, pointing his gun at houses before moving to the street where he was seen sitting, lying down around 5:50 a.m. according to the police report. Officials said the officers had 2 points of observation where they could see the man pointing his long gun at one of the officers. In response, one of the officers fired his rifle, hitting the suspect at 5:52 a.m. The timeline is important. Officers rendered first aid until the fire department arrived and took over at about 6:01 a.m. Shortly after, Mr. Calhoun was pronounced dead. Let's put his picture up again. Okay. He's an elderly man, right? His family, on Friday, Calhoun's family detailed multiple factors to explain why he was lying in the street with a shotgun. Calhoun's wife, Cheryl Calhoun, said someone tossed a brick through their back window in February in what they believe was an attempted burglary. Police confirmed in their news release that an act of vandalism had been reported at the couple's home on February 7th. They were telling the truth. Calhoun family's lawyer said officers never announced themselves as law enforcement and did not arrive with lights or sirens on. Here's what you have happening. You have a de facto no-knock warrant in a place where warrant is not necessary. If they would have turned on their lights, had their sirens blasting, if they would have announced themselves, Mr. Calhoun would likely be alive today. So why are we shooting first and then asking questions later? When did that become part of the protocol? Let's put up a picture of the Clayton County Police Chief, Kevin Roberts. The buck stops with him. He's the guy in charge. All right, we're going to continue to follow this story. But once again, an opportunity for the community and police officers to actually have a transparent conversation about what happened. This doesn't make sense. This man was shot at his home. And from the video that we have, they clearly shot first and then made demands later. All right, Waz, thoughts on this case?
Yeah, it just seems like more cops with the itchy trigger finger here. That was just really jarring to see how aggressively they moved forward and killed this guy. Of course, we're gonna hear the typical, oh, we have the most dangerous jobs in the world, and you don't know what it's like to be in a cop's shoes, et cetera, et cetera. But guess what, man? No matter how hard your job is, you need to be effective at it, and you need to do it in a manner where you're not killing citizens literally at home. If there's been reportings and police reports of robberies and burglaries and things of that nature in the area. I think the people who are showing up should know this information and understand that people are gonna be on guard, right? Like, especially in a place like Georgia where having a firearm is not just legal, it's the norm. It's what people generally are doing. So you shouldn't be shocked when you see a guy on his porch with a gun.
Right, and here's the thing. This is where community policing would have saved a life. Community policing is not just a policy, it's a culture. Community policing is a protocol and a culture connected. Community policing would have said, I know the Calhouns. Mr. Calhoun had a break-in on February 7th. Mr. Calhoun has a gun. I know Mr. Calhoun. That's Mr. Calhoun. Don't shoot him. This is his home, right? You have to connect the policy to the culture to make community policing work.